Hello and welcome to the Car Care Nut Shop, and welcome to a small rant. Toyota. There are things that are really good about Toyota, and then there are things that are not good. Nobody's perfect, everybody's human. But then there are things that, because of the good thing about Toyota, they're not good. Sometimes they make a design and they just never change it. Just keep going with it until almost it feels like infinity. And when that design has a problem, we just keep going with the problems. Case in point for this 2012 Toyota Camry Hybrid. That sunroof, one of my least favorite things in a car. I own two cars with sunroofs, and it's two cars too many. I wish they never had them. Here's the problem with these cars, and it's not just this generation. This problem affects 2007 to 2017, three generations technically, Toyota Camry. You're driving, you have to have a sunroof, of course. You are driving, you're like getting into your driveway at a little bit of a hump. You hear a giant clunk in the roof, like a very loud clunk. It almost feels like something suspension. And I see a lot of DIYers actually think it's something with the suspension, and they keep going and kind of part scanning the whole thing, and it still makes that noise. It's actually the roof that makes that noise, and it's only on cars with a sunroof. This problem has been going on for so long, but they kept going with it. Then the 18 model came out. Hopefully they fixed it, although there are a few problems with the sunroof, and then they came out with the Panoramic sunroof, which has 10 times worse problems. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. Older stuff, sunroof problems, possible, but not as much as the newer stuff. But the old stuff, they didn't sell you many parts of the sunroof. At least this, you can get parts for the sunroof. Let me show you the problem, because this one is, it can throw you in a loop if you've never seen this. So, sunroofs. This is a panel that they stamped this shape where it's open. In the olden days, this used to be a very different shape. It didn't have as many spot welds here. It didn't have two panels that are kind of welded together. It was one piece. Very expensive, very difficult to make. On the newer cars, or kind of in between, they have two panels that are spot welded together, and that's how the whole reinforcement of the roof works. But because of that, you have two panels, and then you have a fold of the main panel folded over. This space between them is what the clunk is. So the way this car flexes when you go over a specific turn, the roof will flex. And have you seen when you have like a body panel and you push it, it kind of pops, then it pops out? It's the same thing that happens here. But let me show you how it happens. Once I am able to climb in here, because there is the other problem here. Oh my, the strange climb. I'll tell you why that is. Do you see this fold right here of the roof? It's going to be a little difficult for Jose to also climb in and show you. This fold right here. These are actually two panels. One of them is the reinforcement, and one of them is the roof itself. And you have spot welds across. The space between these two panels, they put, for lack of a better word, a very flimsy glue that looks like this. This is panel glue. They are spot welded, they're not going anywhere. But the problem is, when you drive, this flexes and this flexes, and they hit each other, and they make that giant clunk. So in the 2007 to 2011 model, this was not the problem. This was the problem. In the 2012 to 2017 model, this is also a problem. This area, see how you have spot welds here? The area between the spot welds has this little foam thing, and that breaks over time, and this starts to clunk as well. Isn't that something? I mean, we're tearing this entire car down to put a little bit of few shims, plastic shims here, instead of that glue. First you have to crack the glue, open it, put the shims here, and then put this big piece of foam here. Not foam, it's like felt, I think they're calling it, in between here, so when this flexes, it doesn't strike the other piece of metal and make that giant clunk. Why can't we do this on the factory, Toyota? Especially when we know about this problem. No, we continue to use the exact same glue, which this is basically it, and you see it all across here. This panel does have spot welds, but this is not a spot weld to the main panel. This is two pieces spot welded together, and then they put this. I have seen many cases where it's not just this. I'll show you in the rear here. A little bit difficult. There are these structural pieces here. I've seen these come loose as well. I'll make that noise. It'll make a horrendous noise even if you go over bumps. You don't have to flex the body, but these are tight in this one. They're not loose because this stuff also comes off and starts kind of sitting there rattling. By the way, if you haven't seen it, here's that shark fin. This is what you have to do to actually get it out. So the most important question right now is, why are we not having this headliner out of the way? Well, that's a good question. See, in previous Toyota models, you had to remove the front seats and the center console. Then you would kind of flip this headliner and get it out of the driver's back door. Not this one. You can't fit it. And the repair manual actually wants you to remove this headliner out of the passenger door. But there's no way it would fit, because look what you have here. The dash is in your way. So basically, Toyota is trying to tell you to remove this headliner out of this car. You have, if you're a dealership technician or technician, automotive shop, you have to remove the front seats, remove the headliner, remove the dash, so you can turn this headliner. I don't even see how that's going to be possible, but turn it and get it out of here. Why couldn't we make this a little bit better or think about it better? I don't know. How do they assemble this at the factory? Well, the factory, they don't have a front window when they put the headliner in. That's how they do this. So why don't they say just remove the window? Better than disassembling the entire car. Isn't that much easier? Of course, we're not going to do that. If we were replacing the headliner, then we have no choice, but we're not. So again, this is where we got to find a middle solution with our customers. I'm not going to charge a customer to remove a dash just so I can remove a headliner out of the way so I can work conveniently inside the car. That's just not right. So this is the only solution. Drop the headliner, support it on the seats, and basically be super inconvenienced, having to jump in, go through the opening, work here to put all these shims and all that, because I just don't see a need to disassemble this entire car for a horrendous design. A design that they knew about since 2007, never bothered to fix it. They just, here we go, put this stuff, tear the car down if it has a noise. Folks, I'll tell you one thing, because this is the exact conversation I had with the owner of this car. Is this going to break? Is this going to cause any further issues? It's not. It's pure noise and annoyance. It's nothing that's going to break. Sunroof's not going to break. Sunroof's not even making the sound. It's this area that is making that clunk. Same thing on the other side. But there come a point, this is a nice car, it's really in good shape, and it just sounds like a car is falling apart. It feels like a clunker now. That's the problem. That's what made this owner say, you know what, I understand the high cost, but I want it fixed. I don't want that noise anymore. It just, at that point, I'm going to sell the car at a loss, and I don't want to deal with this noise. And I get it. This noise, this is the type of noise that would make me not want to drive a car anymore. I get it. If you have this clunk, and this is not just the Camry, Avalon, multiple other models that have the same issue, this is a specific clunk that you will kind of have to do specific driving conditions to really have it. And here's the best way to test for this noise, to isolate it from regular suspension noise. This noise will not happen unless it's an extreme case, will not happen over regular bumps. You have to be turning and articulating at the same time. Sunroof closed, it has to be closed, and you're articulating the car. So basically, the best way to do it is, if you have a driveway that has a little bit of a hump to get into it, you're turning into your driveway, you're getting up or coming down, you'll hear that big clunk. And if you actually put your hand out of the window and put it right in this area, or on the other side, you will feel that violent clunk. We've actually seen cases, this clunk has gotten so bad that you could see multiple dimples on right this edge, because that metal was hitting so hard here that it dimpled the roof. And by dimple, I mean a little dent in it. You'll see it like usually three or two dots that are raised. Again, I don't understand why they couldn't do this on the factory. Why are we using this flimsy little glue? Just put these shims. I mean, we have the service kit. Put the shims. But I gotta say one thing. I'd rather deal with this than deal with a panoramic sunroof, because the panoramic sunroofs on an 18 and up Camry, if you own one, I am sorry, things are expensive. I have a customer that has an 18 Camry with a clunky panoramic sunroof. Every time he comes in for service, we talk about this. He's like, the clunk is just driving me up a wall. I don't know what to do. Well, there's nothing to do. They don't sell you the parts that I need to make it quiet. You have to buy the entire thing at a ridiculous cost. And I have another. Recently, we just had an RX, I believe it was 350 or 450 hybrid. I don't recall exactly the trim, but it was a much newer one. It was like a 2020. The shade somehow got off the rail and it got crumpled and it got jammed in the back. That's just a big shade for the panoramic sunroof that opens. Well, you can't buy the shade separate from the entire sunroof. Why? That's all I need. I just need the rails for it and the shade itself. This is becoming a problem, folks, with parts, these big parts. You can't buy separate little things for it. You have to buy the entire thing. From one point, I understand that they can't just make every single little part. It's going to cost them a fortune and multiple SKUs and multiple things. But when we have a point of failure, it would be nice to come up with a service kit. Hey, we're having an issue with this part. Let's make this part available separately so folks don't have to spend a fortune to do this. Well, some cases they do, most cases they don't. This is one of those situations that they could have easily resolved this from the factory. But here we are. It's not resolved. And if it was 07 Camry, I get it. That's the first year they had the issue, because 06 Camry didn't have this issue. But you go to 17s, they have the same thing. I just don't understand why isn't this fixed from the factory. And folks, I want to say one thing. The owner of this car, in case he sees this car like this, I've done this job a lot, and it's very, very tricky. I want to say it can be a DIY job, but in case you're deciding to tackle this on your own, it's a technical service bulletin. You can find it online easily. Couple things you gotta really watch for this job. The headliner creasing. Be very careful with the headliner. Don't attempt to remove it, because I think leaving it in the car is actually safer for it, because headliners are very flimsy. You get them out, they're super easy to damage. Unlike an SUV, we did a Highlander panoramic sunroof seal. You can remove it out of the back, but in this one you can't. In sedans, it's very tricky. The second thing is you have to flex this panel down to install your felt underneath it. If you pull that panel too much, you're actually going to bend the roof right here. Super visible, super clear, very difficult to repair. You can't do PDR, like paintless dent repair, because you have the other panel in the way. Be careful. This is a little bit of those delicate repairs. This roof is so delicate, you gotta be careful. And it's very nerve-wracking when you start to install the shims and you start to install, especially the part here. I thought I'd say this. Be careful. That's the hardest part of this job. And folks, I hope that if you have a car with a sunroof, you don't have any issues. We don't have no clunking noises. And if you do, I hope your radio is louder than them, because this is the job. And it's costly, of course. It's very labor intensive. Folks, I hope this video was helpful and informative. I hope you learned something new. If you like it, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out some other videos. Until the next video, folks, may the Lord bless you and keep you, and you have yourself a wonderful day.